Thank you so super much, Tamika, for this particular summit. I'm so thrilled and honored and blessed to be here. My name is Dorothea Robinson. For those of you who may not know me, I'm also known as an extra strategist. What is that? I assist women who are in intimate partner abusive relationships, and I get them to safety, doing it safely. I make sure that their needs are met and that they arrive to a safe haven. I also help and assist survivors of abuse for some of the things that they deal with through like coaching and mentorship. I also prepare survivors who want to give back and become advocates such as myself. And so today I want to speak about that end result because when we have small businesses, we are on an entrepreneurial journey, we see a picture that may have been downloaded that we want to attain. We want to get to that very point in which that we've seen. And so lots of creativity happens and we get to think and we get to write and we have lots of things in our head. But I want to say this. If it's in your head and it's not on paper, it's just a thought. Think about that for a minute. But I also want you to think about 3 points that will help you move you along in your journey. So the thought of, wow, I have this before me, this idea, and this is going to be wonderful because, this will be able to happen. I'll be able to help and solve this person's problem, and I'll be able to do all of these wonderful things. Great. And so you begin to look at other people who are doing what you're doing. And you begin to get ideas from this person or from this organization, and you begin to build on what it is that you already have. But do we spend a lot of time looking? And we're looking at this person, and then we do some more research, and we find some other people doing the very same thing that you want to do, and you continue to look. How is that helping you? See, the time that we spend looking at everyone else, we're not spending the time needed to nurture what has been gifted to you, your business, your entrepreneurial life, you becoming an author or speaker. You don't spend the time sitting and looking at what's before you. We have a tendency of comparing ourselves with others, which is fine. But if it takes away time, energy, and time and energy always equal what? Money. Are we wasting time looking at others when we need to be looking at what's right before us? The second point that I want to talk about is, how are you looking? Are you looking like a small business? Are you looking like an advocate? Are you looking at your advocacy as a business? Most advocates don't. How are we looking to others? How are you looking to yourself is another point. Are we taking the time and looking at what's already in our hand, what's laid before us, and know and understand that that's enough? The training, the skill, the education, the degrees, you continue to add on, and add on. When, if you just went in your computer and went through some of the files at some of the webinars and some of the trainings that you've already taken, that's enough to supply you right now. That's enough information to get you going further in your small business, your entrepreneur life, your life coaching life. It's enough. If you took the time to look at your library and went through some of the books that you've purchased throughout the years, I promise you that you have enough arsenal on those shelves already without having to go buy another webinar, another training, another it. You have what you need. You are enough. So let's stop looking, excuse me, let's stop looking at other people. It's good to compare. It's good to see what's going on in your area. You have enough. You are enough. Again, the information that you have, the webinars and the trainings that you've attended, you have enough. You are enough. And so, the thing that I'm trying to convey here is this. The picture that you have, that beautiful, beautiful big picture, is your impact position. I'm going to say that again. That big picture, the biggest idea that you've come up with and now you want it to come to fruition, that's your impact position. That is the very thing, your idea that you are nurturing, that you are creating programs and services around. That very picture is for making an impact. Now let's take that a step further. Yes, you are here to solve someone else's problem and make their lives easier. Yes, you are here, excuse me, to offer your products and services so that you can be of assistance to others. That's great, as you should. But are you thinking of your end result, that big picture, as a movement, as a crusade? Are you thinking that it can change the world, not just in the family, not just in your churches, not just in your communities or your city or your state? No, that very picture that you are nurturing, that you're getting to come to fruition, that big idea that you have, are you thinking that it's big enough, good enough to make an impact in the world? Global change, a crusade, a global movement. What is the mission of your business? What is that very thing that you want people to carry around forever, to be able to be passed on forever, to make change forever? That idea sound crazy to you? It shouldn't, because the purpose of your business should be making change. But I don't want us to be stifled. I don't want us to think that, well, my product will make somebody happy. Oh, my product might be in the stores. My product, you will be online soon and people can make purchases. The meaning behind you making that particular product, the meaning behind that particular service should be thought like it's good enough to make change in this world. It is good enough for a crusade, a movement where I am a household name. My product, my service is a household name. Are you thinking in those terms? Are you thinking that is good enough? Are you thinking that that's a possibility? Or the reverse, that no, you know what, my service, I just have a life coaching membership and I help and assist women who are just in this particular group? Or are you thinking, well, I make bracelets and my bracelets are wonderful, they're beautiful, and people compliment, me on my jewelry. And so I know that it will make someone happy. And, people in my state or the country may buy, but are we stifling ourselves to think that we are not good enough? See, as I train advocates, I help them to understand that their advocacy, their work, their passion to assist someone else to get to freedom, that's great. That's good. And they need to know that they can take their idea a step further. And just because it's in the realm of domestic violence, which is a really, really huge, broad term, or in the realm of intimate partner abuse, Each advocate has their own specific skill, training. Every advocate is not the same. They all work differently. They all work in different areas. So why not think that your advocacy, which is your business, cannot be carried through to make change? They may want to make change in women, training them that they have a skill, that they can write their story. There is an advocate out there who can train how to write your story. There's an advocate out there who is a speaker, who speaks all over it. Those are businesses. And it should be more than just, I'm doing what I love to do. This is my passion, to help another woman. That's okay. My point is this, and I'm getting ready to wrap up, is this. We cannot, should not, better not limit ourselves. There is enough room in this world that we can make global change, that we can create a movement, a crusade. Yes, we can. That idea we don't think enough about. We don't think that our product, service, business can make a huge difference in the world. I'm going to share this with you and I'm out. 2 different people, 2 different years, said the very same thing I'm about to say to you. Thea, you need to write your story because there's somebody dying waiting to hear your story. Well, I thought, oh, that's cute. Maybe you're trying to flatter me, make me feel good. That was fine. Year after that, someone said the very same thing. Thea, you need to tell your story because there's somebody dying waiting on your story. Okay, 2 people saying the very same thing. Well, somebody would read my story, I'm quite sure. And so, yeah, it should go in a book. And it did. Following year, every client that I had, and one client in particular, said, Miss Thea, thank you for sharing your story. If you did not share your story, I would be dead. You see, those words came right back to me. They smacked me in the face. But the thing about that, even beyond her statement, is that it was true. I followed her story. I knew that she was going to die. If we did not move her and I didn't get the resources that I needed and made sure that she was on point and on time and had the things that she needed, she would have died. And it wasn't through anything of patting myself on the back. No, actually, she would have died. That is what hit me in my gut, is the fact that the statement was true. So I say the very same thing to you. Your story, your business, your life coach business, your advocacy business, your product, your service. There are groups of people in the world that need you so that you can solve their problem. And in doing so, create a movement, create a wave, create a crusade with your mission, your idea, your product, your service. Please, let's no longer limit ourselves to just an online business or just, a membership group. Please don't limit yourself in thinking that's just it. That's where it stops. It doesn't. You are here with a purpose. You are here because you have the ability to solve people's problems globally. So what is your end result? What does that look like? Does your end result happen to be sectioned in India and helping groups of people in India or groups of people in Africa, what does your end result look like? That's where I want you to start today. Start at the end result and work backwards. Why? Because it's easier to climb down a hill, let's be honest, than climbing up the hill. Start at the end and work backwards. Do you have an end result? If you don't, get one today. I hope that motivated somebody. I hope that helped somebody in some way. Because that's where I had to start, at the end. What did I want to see globally? And then work backwards. So thank you so super much again for this opportunity to speak before you. I so super enjoyed it. Again, my name is Dorothea Robinson, and I'm an exit strategist. I assist women who are victims of abuse, survivors of abuse, and helping and assisting advocates to understand that what they do is a business. Thank you again. Take care.